It's time for spelling analysis. And once again, spelling analysis is when we will take the phonograms and the spelling rules that we're learning and apply them to words. And this will help you both be able to read those words if you struggle with reading at this point, or to spell those words better, or both. So it's pretty exciting how this process can be revolutionary for you. All right, the first word is street. The street is empty. Street. Go ahead and say street. Let's sound it out. S-t-r-e. Use an E-double-E. T. Do you got it? Good. Now make sure that you are sounding it out as you write it. That's part of how your brain will learn which phonograms work together to write street. Excellent. Now help me to write it and sound it out loud as I write it. S-t-r-e-t. And how will we mark it? That's right. We'll underline the E. Let's read it. S-t-r-e-t. Street. The next word is sun. The sun is shining brightly. Sun. Go ahead and say sun. Let's sound it out. S-a-n. Go ahead and write sun. Good. Now help me to write it. S-a-n. And let's read it. S-a-n. Sun. The next word is 3. He is 3 years old. 3. Go ahead and say 3. Let's sound it out. Th-r-e. Do you notice which kind of E? That's right, it's E-double-E. Go ahead and write 3. Good sounding it out. Now help me to write it. Th-r-e. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the th and the E. Let's read it. Th-r-e. 3. The next word is black. The frame on this whiteboard is black. Go ahead and say black. Now let's sound it out. B-l-a-k. Do you see which kind of k? That's right, it's 2-letter k used only after a single short vowel. Did you hear that short vowel? Black. That's right. All right, go ahead and write it. Good. Now help me to write it. B-l-a-k. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the k. Once again, why could we use this 2-letter k? Because it is a single short vowel. Let's read it. B-l-a-k. Black. The next word is strong. He lifts weights, so he is very strong. Strong. Go ahead and say strong. Let's sound it out. S-t-r-a-ng. Good. Go ahead and write it. Excellent. Now help me to write it. S-t-r-a-ng. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the ng. Let's read it. S-t-r-a-ng. Strong. The next word is sick. I feel sick. And I was just acting. But go ahead and say sick. Let's sound it out. S-i-k. Oh, did you see? That's right. It's a 2-letter k. And did you hear that short vowel, I? It's an I-I-E. Yeah. Go ahead and write sick. Excellent. Now help me to write it. S-i-k. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the k. And why could we use 2-letter k? Because it's used after a single short vowel. And here we hear I. The first vowel sound, sick. Sick, sick. The next word is green. I really like the color green. Go ahead and say green. Let's sound it out. G, E. Here's that E double E, N. Go ahead and write green. Good, sounding it out. Help me to write it. G, E, N. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the E. Let's read it. G, E, N. Green. The next word is truck. There's a truck outside with housing supplies. Truck. Go ahead and say truck. Now let's sound it out. T, K. Did you hear the short vowel and see the two-letter K? Go ahead and write truck. And as you sound it out, that'll help you to see and experience each of the phonograms so that you write them correctly. Good. Help me to write it. T, K. And how will we mark it? Well, underline the K. Let's read it. T, K. Truck. The next word is string. Do you have a piece of string to tie in a knot? String. Go ahead and say string. Now let's sound it out. S, t, ng. String. Excellent. Go ahead and write string. And help me to write it. S, t, ng. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the ng. Let's read it. S, t, ng. String. The next word is 10. Do you have a $10 bill? 10. Go ahead and say 10. Let's sound it out. T, n. Excellent. And go ahead and write it. And now help me to write it. T, n. And let's read it. T, n. 10. The next word is pond. There is a duck swimming on the pond. Pond. Go ahead and say pond. Let's sound it out. P-O-N-D. Good. Go ahead and write pond. Good. And help me to write it. P-O-N-D. And let's read it. P-O-N-D. Pond. The next word is long. The road is very long and winding. Long. Go ahead and say long. Let's sound it out. U-A-ng. And go ahead and write it. And now help me to write it. U-A-ng. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the ng. Let's read it. U-A-ng. Long. The next word is path. I'd like to go for a walk down the path and look at the flowers. Path. Go ahead and say path. Let's sound out path. P-A-Th. Good. And go ahead and write it. Excellent. Now help me to write it. P-A-Th. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the th. Let's sound it out. P-A-Th. Path. The next word is tree. The tree has grown very large. Tree. Go ahead and say tree. Let's sound it out. T-E. That's right. It's the E double E. Go ahead and write tree. Excellent. Now help me to write it. T-E. And we'll underline the E. Let's read it. T-E. Tree. The last word is rock. I skipped a rock across the lake. Rock. Go ahead and say rock. And let's sound it out. R-A-K. That's right. It's two-letter K because that was a short vowel sound. Ah. R-A-K. Good. Now help me to write it. R-A-K. And And how will we mark it? We'll underline the k. And why could we use two-letter k? Because it's after a single short vowel. Let's read it. R-A-K, rock. Excellent. I hope this is helping you see how phonograms work together to spell these words, and how you can also use the very same information to read these words.
Combining the science of reading with the joy of learning. Learn more at essentials.logicofenglish.com.